news, and more. This is your host, Sunshine Jamaican Blazing Chocolate. Follow me here on YouTube as well as on IG at Jamaican Blazing Chocolate 420. Thank you. Here with more news. Thank you for joining me on this evening news. It is February, 7th? February 7th, you guys. A wonderful holy Sabbath day of God's. Here in Chicago, I'm reporting to you live from Chicago on the city's west side. Teen critically and sadly wounded in Southside Alley shooting, police say. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on. Okay. The shooting happened at 1:53 p.m. in the 6500 block of South Damon Avenue in the West Inglewood neighborhood. Chicago police said the 17-year-old boy was in the alley when the vehicle pulled up and someone inside fired shots at him. He was struck multiple times and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition, according to CPD. And as usual, no further details on the suspect or the shooting has been released. That's my city for you. Sadly for the boy, it is a lot of violence here in Chicago, you guys. When you download that Citizens app, it does keep you updated. So I advise everyone to download the Citizens app, you guys. Download the Citizens app. It tells you what's going on in your vicinity and around you in the local neighborhoods. So please download the app so you can be safe. You can hear what's going on. You can be updated on what's going on. Get off too much social media and see what's going on around you so you can be safe out here. And please be careful sitting in your cars. That is unsafe at this days and age. That is very unsafe. Sorry for the lightning, you guys. I know the lighting is a lot. Okay. Okay, so roadside armed robbers took money from families in Chicago's far south side. Robbers took money at gunpoint from a couple and a woman with a baby in far south suburban Will County on Friday night, and police are still looking for the offenders. The robbery happened at East 1200 North Road in unincorporated eastern Will County near Peatone and Beecher, according to the Will County Sheriff's Office. The family was traveling westbound, approaching South Kedzie Avenue, when they pulled to the side of the road to change a flat tire on their Honda SUV. The male driver and his wife got out the car to change the tire. Then a large, dark-colored SUV pulled up to the family as it was going eastbound. The sheriff's office said three males were inside and asked if the family needed help. The driver told the men they did not need help, but two of the men got out of the SUV and approached with guns pointed. One of the offenders opened the back passenger door where a woman and her baby was seated. The robbers demanded that they hand over their valuables. The driver handed over his wallet and his wife gave them money. The woman inside the car gave the men a diaper bag with her wallet inside. The robbers then got back into their SUV and drove away. Emergency responders came to the scene to check on the victims, who were visibly upset but were uninjured. Thank God. Will County Sheriff's deputies also alerted Kankakee and Lake County, Indiana police about the incident and to be on the lookout for the offenders. Police began searching the area for the offenders and any surveillance video of their whereabouts. As of Saturday morning, they had not been found or arrested. It was unclear exactly how much money was taken from the family. If you do see anybody with this description, police describe the offenders as all black men, of course. Sorry, it's stereotypical, but that's just of course, okay? Over 6 feet tall, both with beards, dark clothing, and they wore hats. Their SUV was large, dark in color, and may have been either a Chevrolet Suburban or a Tahoe. Anyone who was traveling in that area around the time of the incident and may have seen something suspicious is asked to call the Will County Sheriff's Office at 815-727-8575. That is again 815-727-8575. The Will County Sheriff's Office if you see anyone describing with that description. And thank goodness that they were safe and nothing else happened more with them having a little baby on hand. That's not cool. Not cool whatsoever. I'm reporting to you live from Chicago. How are you guys? Thank you for joining the evening news with Sjbc. I'm your host, Sunshine Jamaican, blazing chocolate. In other news, you guys. Ooh, here in Chicago, a Chicago man was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison for soliciting a minor for sex and lying about pro-Islamic State social media posts. He was sentenced to 15 years lying to the FBI about social media posts supporting the Islamic State, also known as ISIS. Hardy Lee Brown, of 37, pleaded guilty in 2023 to making a materially false statement to the FBI involving international terrorism and soliciting minors to engage in commercial sex, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Northern District of Illinois. A federal judge sentenced Browner last Wednesday and ruled he undergo 5 years of court-supervised release after he serves his sentence. Browner did admit in a plea agreement that he used various accounts on X, formerly known as Twitter, to communicate with individuals associated with the Islamic State. Why did they change Twitter to X? Okay, that's another story. Including the media arm of the terrorist group, prosecutor said. He also used the accounts to make public posts about jihad, martyrdom, and ISIS, prosecutor said. When the FBI agents interviewed Browner about the post, he falsely claimed he didn't use the accounts or tried to contact the terrorist group. Browner also admitted to traffic a minor with whom he had engaged in a sexual relationship. He had communicated with the minor on Instagram, text, and phone calls. He met the child multiple times and had sex with him. He then gave the minor cash and other items. Browner also tried to traffic the minor for sex with others for money, but his crimes was discovered before the minor was trafficked. Assisting U.S. Attorney Barry Jonas and Julia Schwartz discussed the message they had for criminals following the sentence. The defendant disrespected law enforcement agents and sought to thwart the FBI's mission in defending against terrorist organizations, they said. About the trafficking crime, they said, traffickers operating today should receive the message that if you traffic children in the Chicagoland area, the sentence will be severe. Do you hear that, perverts? Leave our children alone. Leave these children alone, you sex maniac, predators. Leave these babies alone. And parents and adults, please watch out for your children. That is a public service announcement. Watch out for your children. Watch out for yourselves. Stay alert. Like my sister said, to be aware is to be alive. Stay on your P's and Q's. Stay safe and stay dangerous. Here in Chicago and surrounding areas all over the world, no matter where you at, stay safe. Sorry for the lightning, you guys, but thank you for joining Sjbc News, Evening News. In other news, we do have the weather has been very, very something else. In more news from Chicago, 2 shot injured in apartment on Chicago's north side. Officers responded to a call of someone shot at the apartment a little before 11 p.m. and found 2 people with gunshot wounds. The first victim was a 25-year-old man who was shot in the chest. He was treated by paramedics and taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital in critical condition. The second victim was a woman who was shot in the chin. She was also taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital in critical condition. Police did find a gun on the scene. No one is in custody, police said. Police also did not give an age for the female victim. Area detectives are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting. Once again, be safe. They were injured in apartment on Chicago's north side. I don't know what happened. Check on your people. Be safe. Be safe. Check on each other. Check on each other. Check on each other. And in more news, one killed and two hurt after speeding car crashes on Chicago's northwest side. This here happened. Officers on patrol in a squad car saw a gray sedan traveling at a high rate of speed northbound on Oak Park Avenue a little after 2 a.m. The car couldn't make a turn and crashed into a utility pole. The driver, a 29-year-old man, sustained trauma to his body from the accident. He was treated by paramedics and taken to Illinois Masonic Hospital in good condition. An adult female passenger had severe trauma to her body. She was treated and taken to Lutheran General Hospital in critical condition. A 29-year-old male passenger also sustained severe trauma. He was treated by paramedics and he passed away at the scene. Major accident detectives are investigating the crash. Police said citations were pending for the driver of the car, but it was unclear what those charges would be. Police also did not have an age for the female passenger, and it was unclear how much damage was done to the utility pole. Please, please be safe, y'all. Stop driving so fast out here. Please. You're driving in bad conditions. You're late at night. Be careful. Be careful going to and fro. Please be careful. Chicago weather. Now the weather. The weather update, you guys. As for Super Bowl Sunday, it is Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow. So I know you guys are all out going to party or do whatever you guys do at the Super Bowl. Eagles versus the Chiefs. Who's going to win? Eagles versus the Chiefs. I don't know. But to all you betting people, I hope you bet correctly and don't lose your money. And I hope things work out for you. For whoever team you are voting for. Me, for one, I'm going for the Eagles because I like to fly like an eagle. To the sea, fly like an eagle. Let the spirit carry me. Yes. Okay, so as for Super Bowl Sunday, though, temperatures will be cool in the mid to upper 20s, but it will be mostly clear to partly cloudy. Still beware of surfaces that might be icy, especially if they weren't treated. Monday, we'll see a high of 35 degrees. And there are some snow chances for Tuesday and Wednesday. So dress warm out there. Please be safe. Drive carefully. And it still might be unseen ice that is around. So please drive carefully. Stay safe out there. It's going to be a cool one and a cool week ahead of us. So make sure you stay safe, guys. Okay. Now in world news, it's been a lot of quite a few plane crashes going on. I will give you the update on those plane crashes now. This one is more recently. This plane crash was missing in Alaska. It was missing in Alaska. A small plane carrying 10 people over Alaska went missing on Thursday afternoon, and rescue crews searched into the night for any sign of the aircraft. Authorities said the commuter plane crashed in western Alaska on its way to the hub community of Nome and was located Friday on sea ice. All 10 people on board passed away. May God rest their souls. Prayers go out to their loved ones. May God rest their souls. The crash appeared to be one of the deadliest in the state in the last 25 years. Mike Salerno, a spokesperson for the U.S. Coast Guard, said rescuers were searching the aircraft's last known location by helicopter when they spotted the wreckage. They lured 2 rescue swimmers to investigate. The Bering Air single-engine turboprop plane was traveling from Unalakleet on Thursday afternoon. Sorry, guys. With 9 passengers and a pilot, according to Alaska's Department of Public Safety. Earlier, the local fire department said that crews are still searching on the ground, canvassing as much area as possible, but that we do not have any updated information on the location of the missing aircraft. The Coast Guard has similarly uncertain news in a late morning update, while Friday afternoon the FBI announced that it was heading to Nome to assist with current search and rescue efforts. Officials said Friday afternoon that an item of interest had been found during the search, but they did not provide any details beyond that. The effort was still a search and rescue mission, they added, and here's what's to know about the missing plane. The Bering Air Caravan was heading from Unalakleet to Nome with 9 passengers and a pilot. According to Alaska's Department of Public Safety, authorities were working to determine its last known coordinates. Unalakleet is a community of about 690 people in western Alaska, about 150 miles southeast of Nome and 395 miles northwest of Anchorage. The Cessna Caravan left Unalakleet at 2:37 p.m. local time, and officials lost contact with it less than an hour later. According to David Osing, Director of Operations for Bering Air, the aircraft was 12 miles offshore, according to the U.S. Coast Guard. It was 17 degrees Fahrenheit in I keep getting tongue tied. Unalakleet. Around takeoff, according to the National Weather Service, there was light snow falling and fog. So due to weather and visibility, they were limited on air search. At a current time, people were told not to form their own search parties because the weather was too dangerous. My gosh. Wow, that is so sad. And this, what they're saying is February in Alaska, and the weather has not been fantastic. Big picture view is that the disappearance marks the third major incident in U.S. aviation in 8 days. A commercial jetliner and an Army helicopter collided near the nation's capital on January 29th, killing 67 people, God rest their souls. A medical transportation plane crashed in Philadelphia on January 31st, killing the 6 people on board and another person on the ground. So this is the third one. A Coast Guard MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter crew is en route to the location from Cold Bay, and the National Guard and troopers were also helping within the search, according to the fire department. God rest all of these people's souls that has passed away on these airplanes. It's sad that they're having these issues with these planes, or maybe something else is going on. We're not quite sure, but it is very sad to see that and hear that. So prayers go out to all of their loved ones, and may they all find comfort during this very sad time. Once again, thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Sunshine Jamaican Blazing Chocolate, and this is Sjbc Evening News. Okay, in other news, a woman arrested after Super Bowl reporter found dead in New Orleans hotel. A woman with a history of drugging men. A woman with a history of drugging men. She looked like she do that. Oh, no offense. And stealing their credit cards, was arrested in a New Orleans suburb after a sports reporter covering the Super Bowl was found dead in his hotel room. Aiden Mazzano, a 27-year-old sports reporter based in Topeka, Kansas, was in town to cover the Super Bowl for Telemundo Kansas City and Tico Sports, according to a social media post from Telemundo Kansas City. As KGKC sports anchor and reporter, Aiden was a true professional and a rising star who exemplified excellence in his work, the Facebook post from Telemundo reads. This is Adam Mazzano. We will deeply miss Aiden and his passion for sports and the contributions he made to the local community. We are cooperating with law enforcement as they investigate this tragic event. According to local reports, Manzano's wife died in a car accident last year, and he leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter. God rest her soul. Mm, mm, mm. According to police in Kenner, a suburb of New Orleans, Manzano was found unresponsive in his hotel room Wednesday. His colleagues called the hotel for a wellness check after he missed a morning appointment, NOLA.com reports. A woman later identified as Danette Colbert of Slidell, Louisiana, was seen on hotel security video with Manzano on the morning of February 5th. She was also seen leaving the room alone later that morning. Investigators said she used Manzano's credit card at several stores in the New Orleans area. Colbert was arrested and is facing charges of bank fraud, computer fraud, illegal transmission of monetary funds, access device fraud, and purse snatching. Colbert has a history of drug and men and stealing credit cards, police said, and she has not been arrested for Manzano's death. Of course, Manzano's cause of death has not been released, and the Jefferson Parish Coroner's Office is awaiting test results and haven't said yet whether he was drugged. According to NOLA.com, authorities said there were no signs of obvious trauma to his body, so she might not have done anything. But the backstory of Danette: in January 2022, Colbert was arrested in Las Vegas and accused of stealing $50,000 in cash and a slew of valuable items. According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, a man told police that he had met two women at a bar and invited them back up to his hotel room. He said he woke up with a bloody nose and felt that $50,000 cash, a Rolex watch worth $30,000, $11,000 in casino chips, his iPhone 11, a Louis Vuitton luggage bag worth $5,000, and a satchel value at $2,000 were all missing. Oh wow. And the man told police he made drinks for the women. That was a lot of money worth. The man told police he made drinks for the women in his room, but gave one woman $200 to leave because she was rude. The last thing he remembered was walking the woman to the door of the room. He told police he believed he was drugged. 6 months later, she was arrested again in Vegas for a similar crime in which a man said he invited two women back to his hotel room and believed he was drugged. The next morning, his Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch, worth $60,000, $1,500 in casino chips, and his credit cards was missing. She also been convicted of targeting Bourbon Street tourists in New Orleans and illegal using their credit cards, according to NOLA.com. So if you see this lady, men, be careful. If you see her in Las Vegas area, be careful. That just show you with people. You got to be, man, well, people wake up. It is so much going on. How did she get away with that? I don't know. But honey, and God rest that man's soul who passed away. Hopefully she did not drug him. And that, from the looks of it, I don't know. But hopefully she didn't drug him. Okay, Trump got so much going on, and this is what he's talking about. In a recent post, our new dear President Trump, returned Trump. In a recent post on the social media platform, I mess with Trump on certain reasons. In a recent post on the social media platform Truth Social, President Trump stated he will be signing an executive order to end the ridiculous Biden push for paper straws. Yay, Trump. He says, I mean, that's the least of my worries. is paper straws as a president. Trump bans paper straws. Trump posts, he's a Twitter, aka X, #1 poster. Trump's post detailed that paper straws didn't work. And it is time to put an end to it, back to plastic, in all capital letters with an exclamation point. This message comes just a day after Trump signed an executive order directing Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate the targeting of Christians. He also accused the Biden administration of persecution for persecuting anti-abortion advocates. Speaking at a pair of events in Washington, D.C. on Thursday surrounding the National Prayer Breakfast, Trump said the task force would be directed to immediately, quote unquote, halt all forms of anti-Christian targeting and discrimination within the federal government, including at the DOJ, which was absolutely terrible, the IRS, the FBI, the terrible, and other agencies. Oh, well, that's all they put of him. Oh, goodness. Y'all. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what to say. Trump, you got better things to do than worry about paper straws, per se. Paper straws. It's a lot to worry about, other than paper straws. Okay? Now, let's get into world news. Trump says U.S. will take over Gaza Strip. Here Trump go. Ain't been in office for how long now? January 20th. He's working on what he want to work on. President Donald Trump met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House on Tuesday as the first foreign leader to visit in Trump's second term. This first visit of a foreign leader during Trump's second term comes amid lagging support for Netanyahu in Israel. The Israeli prime minister faces competing pressure from his right-wing coalition to end the temporary truce in Gaza and from war-weary Israelis who want the remaining hostages home and the 15-month conflict to end. In a joint news conference, Trump said he wants the U.S. to take ownership of the Gaza Strip and redevelop it after Palestinians are resettled elsewhere. So now Trump wants the U.S. to take ownership of the Gaza Strip. We will own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, Trump said at the start of a joint news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump added the U.S. would level destroyed buildings and create an economic development that would supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people in the area. The president also said he envisioned people living in redeveloped Gaza that he said could look like the Riviera of the Middle East. Wow. This could be something that could be so valuable. This could be so magnificent, Trump said. He said he envisioned Palestinians mostly living there, but also described his vision for Gaza as an international, unbelievable place where the world's people live. Saudi Arabia issued a statement on social media writing, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirms that the position of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia regarding the establishment of a Palestinian state is firm and unwavering. His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, the Prime Minister, may God protect him, has clearly and ambiguously affirmed this stance, leaving no room for interpretation under any circumstances. Trump also said he is ruling out deploying U.S. troops to support reconstruction of Gaza. He envisions long-term U.S. ownership of a redevelopment of the territory. We'll do what is necessary, Trump said about the possibility of deploying American troops to fill any security vacuum. The comments came after Trump earlier suggested that displaced Palestinians in Gaza be permanently resettled outside the war-torn territory. Yeah. If he don't get his tail out of here, I you got other things to worry about. You worried about trying to make Gaza Strip look like a dang on place for. It's one thing to work on illegal immigrants that have criminal backgrounds, something that our mayors and our people of the officials, rather, of our cities and state is not doing because everybody wants to make it a sanctuary city. Here in Chicago, per se. It's one thing to do that, Trump. But to say you're going to take over the Gaza Strip and help the Palestinians when you have so much, you're trying to build houses for them. You need to be building houses for your homeless that's already here in America. How about that? How about putting that money? What would you do? Why would you? So you gonna where that money coming from? I want to know where that money coming from. Cause if you gonna do that, Trump, honey, you could be doing a lot. Where is that money coming from that you claim that you gonna go over here to Gaza Strip and build? Once again, see, I read my Bible, y'all, and this is going into another subject, but I do read my Bible, and I believe everything in my Bible. These are truly the last days. Last days. Whether you believe it or not. I don't care. Believe in Trump. You ain't got to believe in God and his word. Believe in Trump. I'm honest, I'm truth. This is ridiculous. All the stuff going on here, and he's talking about, yeah, this is the president y'all picked, because I don't vote. So this is the president y'all picked. I'm your host. I'm going to keep it real. My name is Sunshine Jamaican Blazing Chocolate. I do music. I have two other podcasts, 2 shows rather. Make sure you guys go check me out. Follow me. This has been Sjbc Evening News. Here with your host, me, moi. Much love to you, YouTube and fans and people, not fans, people that support and show love. Much love to y'all. This has been a wonderful Sabbath day, blessed holy Sabbath day of God's. We had Bible class earlier. And also Chicago, we have 2 award shows coming up for the entertainment industry here in Chicago, where we do show love, and they do show love and award those that are in the entertainment industry as far as comedians, rappers, musicians, and whatnot. 312 Awards, God's will be on March 9th. The 312 Awards will be on March 9th, 1150 North Lamone. I believe I got to check that out. But no, that's the Forever Grateful Awards. I'm sorry. The Forever Grateful Awards show would be March 15th at 1150 North Lamone. The 312 Awards show, I have to check on that, but it would be March 9th. Please look on my Instagram channel for any information. Once again, or you can see my my thumbnail for this video, because I did put it in those notes as well. You guys, much love to you guys. Thank you for joining me here on Sjbc Evening News. Come back now, you hear? See you next time. Make sure you push that notification buttons, press subscribe, and press the like button and share. Share. It don't cost to share. It's free to share. It shows that you care. Thank you.